We on the other phone now. Yep, we on the other phone. We on the other phone. We on the other phone. I'm gonna wait for y'all to... Wait, what the fuck happened? Yeah, let's do it like that. We on the other phone. I'm gonna wait for y'all, more people to join. Hold on. Word. I'm gonna wait for more people to join, and then we gonna get on down. I got my Chick-fil-A. I got all kind of shit going on. I got my motherfucking Starbucks. I got my water. It's about to be another 5 a.m. day. It wasn't supposed to be, but fuck it. Damn it. My sandwich probably done got all cold. Ooh, they wrapped it in foil. I love Chick-fil-A. They're so fucking thoughtful. They're so damn thoughtful. All right, come on in. Come on in, Around the Fam. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. Guys, I'm excited. You better get on down. I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh, okay. That look a little better. That lighting is a little better. Here, I'm just grabbing them. Get the fuck out. Okay. Let me get one of these. Oh, okay, well, I thought it feels so thick. I thought this was multiple, but it's just one. But yeah, I want my shot of Starbucks now. Even though I got mad adrenaline and I'm on like 150,000, I'm gonna get this double shot in me now. And man, he is able. Yes. Yeah, I feel like putting it there is the best place. Amen. Put that over there. Okay, we're gonna... Oh! Okay. So, guys. I mean, no, seriously, this tent seats 4 people. It's huge. It's huge. It's definitely bigger than, like, the other ones over here. It's huge. I have so much space, and I love it. And it's all mine. It's cool. We about to upgrade soon. Because I'm going to tell y'all what we doing on Fridays. Now, I'm so excited. Okay, so I got to start from the top, though. Because, first of all, Around the Fam, this all came from the day that I told y'all about public announcement. And how they got booed in Chicago. Like, I relived that entire event, you know, in my mind and shit. And it was hysterical. And when that happened, I was like, man, I got to do like a podcast episode where I share that with people, like what happened and shit. And I was like, all right, I'll put it on Student Happiness, whatever, right? But what happened was, y'all, that day I was in my DJ bag. Okay. So I was, one of the things I like to do, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing it for a long time. Like I told y'all yesterday, I'm a former drummer. Okay. And I started off playing piano by ear. That's how I started. Okay. Listen. I do not sight read. I've been taught it. I got all that shit. Okay, I don't listen. I got to play it and hear it and find it. You know what I'm saying? I got the C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Like I got to find it. I was shown it, but I don't remember that shit. Now, I get in my DJ bag because I'm one of them bitches. Okay, I make a playlist for everything. Like that's how I live. I got a playlist for doing the dishes. I got a playlist for laundry. I got a playlist for I got a playlist for everything. That is who I am. And I was in my DJ bag the other day, and I saw myself, like, literally DJing, like, trying to, you know, like, getting the shit going. And I was like, that's because, you know, we all on quarantine and shit. We can't go out and party, you know, the way we really, really want to. And yesterday, when I was on my DJ bag yesterday, when I decided to switch it up a bit and put on Four Tops Bernadette. And, you know, then everything I told y'all last night, is true now, right? So basically, you know, putting on Four Tops Bernadette, that's one of my favorite love songs, you know? And it just so happened, I don't know, yesterday, the bass line really stood out to me more than usual, right? And the reason why, everything is happening in perfect timing. It's totally okay. The reason why is because I'm writing my book, right? And I'm covering these time periods in my life that, you know, mattered to me, that taught me some of my biggest lessons, some of my biggest soul lessons, some of my biggest lessons about love, like all of that. And yesterday I was completing high school and talking about, yesterday I was completing college. And I was completing high school and college, that weird age or whatever. Like I went from not fucking to fucking, okay? It's just, you know, keeping it simple. Now, in going back and reliving these memories and recapping them, and I've been really listening, right, to music that really takes me back. You know what I'm saying? So that I can really, really refeel it and live it as accurately as possible. Okay? So Bernadette was a song that, like, I first heard when I was 7. And I've loved it ever since. Ever since the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, I like that song. It's cool. And then the movie was funny. And so it just, you know, I made the connection or whatever. And that's what it was, right? Now, I love that song. And it took me back. I was listening to it. But the bass line stood out to me. It stood out to me more than usual. The reason why is because I was talking about my first boyfriend, Nick, in my book. And it brought up a lot of Nick memories. You know what I'm saying? Because even though we didn't date for a very long time, it was a decent amount of time, but it couldn't have been longer than 6 months. It couldn't have been. But we were in band together regardless. We dated for about 6 months, but we was in band together for 2 years. Okay? And even when, despite us seeing each other at band, he also did something. He was in this citywide program for musicians. It was called Gallery 37. And so he would go, and sometimes he taught music, you know, all of that. So, what we used to do, one of the things that we used to happen, because he played tuba, he played, you know, saxophone, and, you know, he was focused on bass lines. He did a lot of bass. He played bass. He would play for me, okay? Like, the bass, like, he would be practicing. I would watch him rehearse and shit. And I'd be like, damn, he's so damn talented, blah, blah, blah. And one of my favorite memories of him is the bass line to Stevie Wonder's All I Do. Like, I never, ever hear that song the same ever since 1998. Because of Nick and because of that bass line. And that was something that, also because I was a drummer, and drum and bass, they go together, blah, blah, blah. That was a lot of something that we focused on. So, I'm writing this book, all of that's happening, I'm recapping all these memories. So last night, when I'm listening to Bernadette, I'm hearing it low-key in like a new way, because I love you too, Chick-Let. Hey, boo. I'm hearing it in like a new way because I knew the bass line was crazy. But I'm really listening last night. I'm like, ooh, my ears. Like, I can't even really listen to this without doing something with this. I gotta sample this. I have to. It's begging me. It's calling me. It's calling my name. It's saying, Arana, sample me. Bitch, you know what to do with me. Bitch, you know me. You love me. Get me. And so that's what the beat told me yesterday. And so I listened. I paid attention and I did it, right? And so, I picked my favorite little sweet spot and did it all for y'all on live. And that was fun. I haven't done that on live for y'all in a minute, because motherfuckers ain't know how to act and ain't appreciate it. So I took my ball and went back home. I ain't want to play no more. But last night, we kind of got into a groove, and it was groovy. Like I said, I'm almost done with the book. So now I'm less like, whatever. I know it's going to be done. So I'm like, all right, fine. But I still want to knock the shit out. I was supposed to be done today. I could have finished the fucking shit. It's cool. God got me. It's going to be all right. But I want it to be finished so I could focus my attention on other shit. Right? But anyway, I told y'all I was going to create a theme song for We're All Toxic Podcast. And I was like, what better way to start off a fucking podcast than that? And then it's my favorite love song, right? And the podcast is about relationships. It was like, I was like, dude, it's gotta be about love. It's gotta be about love. I'm on a love movement. I threatened Puffy in my last live. I'm on some total bullshit. I don't even know him, but what I said was funny, and I stand by it. Cause damn it, we supposed to be on the love movement. Black folks, we all conscious and shit. We supposed to be sticking together and spread love. We out here arguing. Cause motherfuckers, you know, are misunderstanding each other, and That's not cool. We got to slow down and seek understanding and spread love. Because I'm about that. I'm in love. I'm full of love right now. The love bug has gotten me. The love bug has bitten me, and I'm smitten. I'm smitten with love. So that's what also made doing this song really, really cool. So, I was listening to it, and the more I listened to it, y'all, the more it got infectious. The more I didn't want to stop listening to it. The more I didn't want to hear anything else. And I'm like, man, like this is... I gotta do it. Like I wanted to stop and go back to focusing on my book, but I just couldn't. I had to get it out, right? And so, and then once I got it out and at least threw it up online, it's like, great, here. This is what I was working on last night. These were the ideas I had, y'all. If you haven't watched my live, check out my live. This is what I came up with. Take it and let me go work on some other shit. And I did, right? I even spent a little more time on my book so that I can add the other poems that's missing. Now I got poems for every chapter. Listen, I'm so excited about my book. But as I was working on the book, I was reminded 2 of the poems in there came from my Virgo boyfriend. I dated a producer too while I was in college. Well, like, yeah, Nick was high school. I was 15, 16. But Brandon, I was a sophomore. We met the summer before my sophomore year in college. And like that whole year belonged to us or whatever the fuck. And he was a producer. He actually got some of his music on MTV too. Like it was like a big deal. We were like excited. We were college kids, like whatever the fuck. It was huge to us, you know what I mean? But anyway, we would be in his fucking dorm room because he was an RA like I was. We would be in his fucking dorm room till like 5 until the birds came out, like, and nobody would be mad at all. Neither. Like what was awesome about it was it wasn't forced on any level. You know, he made music. That was his thing. That's what he did. I didn't make music. I was doing poetry at the time, but I got a background in music, right? I'm a hip hop head. I love music. Oh God, I love it. Soul music, black music. I'm here. And so he was excited to have like an ear that really recognized like good shit. Like, you know how like when you like are feeling somebody and y'all hang out and you realize, oh, I like your taste. You got good taste in music. You got good taste in music. Well, shit, if you ever want to listen to music, you can come over anytime. You too. The door's always open. Like we had that shit going. And so once he trusted my opinion and shit, he would have me listen to shit he make. And I'm like, man, you got to throw some more drums in there. Oh man, you got to tighten that bass up. You got to do that. And we was doing all of that, right? And we were having fun. It was like so fucking awesome. And then we liked each other and like we were kissing and shit. It was great. I don't know why we ain't fuck. I was having sex by then. I don't know. Like it's a long story, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, Brandon, he was dope on some Virgo shit. Like, and it was a real Virgo relationship. Cause check this out. That's how I flirted with him. I wrote a poem. It was about him. Because we met at RA training. That's how we met each other. We was both training to be RAs. And I found out he was like from Harvey, Illinois, but I'm from like Chicago. So I was like, you from the fake Chicago? You know, I had jokes. I've been had jokes. It was one of those things. And I wrote a poem and it was about him. And they had a talent portion or something for the RAs. And I did my poem. And he was looking like, you wrote that? Yes, I wrote that. But you fit the description. Like, it was so fun. Okay, so that poem is going in my book. So y'all gonna know what poem I'm talking about. It's going in my book. It's called Mysterious. Okay, anyway. So one day, you know, he's playing beats. He's like, I made you something. And I'm like, what? Because he knew I did poems. Everybody knew I did. I was listen. This is where I'm so excited. Writing this book, you guys, has taken me back to the essence of who the fuck I am. Like, really who the fuck I am and what the fuck I do. When I was, like, on campus every Friday, we did Peppers. And Peppers was, like, this spoken word spot. Like, it was at the Black House. We would all go, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But it was just cool having that, you know, that place you could go to on a Friday. You know, when you was just looking for somewhere to be. Because even times I didn't perform, you knew everybody was trying to be there to see what was popping. And it was one of them places where you ain't know who was going to come through. You ain't know what was going on. But it was always going to be a vibe. And so you might as well just go through. Even if it had a light crowd, it was always good, right? So fast forward, that happened. And then I'm writing about my UPN experience. And part of the reason why I started my YouTube account when I did, I mean, I already had my journalism degree. And I started my YouTube account like, damn, if they would have had this while I was in college, I would have saved my money. Because that's how I be thinking and shit. But anyway, I started my YouTube account on that. And I was like, well, fine. I always wanted to run a network. I'm going to make my YouTube my own network. Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to the Velvet Circus shit. Now, I loved working at UPN. And I already finished the chapter where I talked about UPN. I have to do a final revision of everything, you know, double check, cross my I's, T's, make sure everything is not misspelled, you know, that little shit. So I'm gonna read everything over and give it a good once over before I hit send and before I send it to the printer, right? Now, but the UPN chapter is already finished. But even reliving that, you guys, it brought me back to, you know, number one, what the fuck I do, and just what I'm good at. Like, that's the reason why they had me working in every fucking area of the fucking network. Everything, every fucking thing they did. Like, you know, you do internships, they have you, like, you the coffee bitch. When you usually you an intern, you just running errands for motherfuckers. Hey, go get us some donuts. It be some bullshit, right? That wasn't, no. I didn't have that as an intern. Bitch, I show up. I got assignments. Arana, this is your area. We got this for you. We didn't dude, I was coming in there, on my first day. They had me screening tapes. I was watching episodes of Cheers and Three Stooges. Cause, you know, back in them days, Three Stooges still came on TV and stuff, but Three Stooges is an old fucking show. I Love Lucy was something that they had on their daytime, what am I trying to say? Their daytime lineup. I Love Lucy was one of those shows too. And if you know about I Love Lucy, it's an old ass fucking show. So my first order of business when I got there was to watch I Love Lucy. Right, I got paid to watch TV. Well, I didn't start off getting paid, but they eventually started paying me because I was good at what the fuck I did. Right? Okay, anyway. But I go to work, I go to my internship to watch I Love Lucy and Three Stooges and Cheers, because Cheers by that point wasn't on the air no more, but Cheers was a very popular show, and it ran, you know what I mean? It ran in syndication. That's where I learned the difference between first run productions. First run means it hasn't been on television before. This is its first run. And then once it goes into syndication, you know, it's syndication and stuff like that. So I learned all that. But, so I would watch tapes to make sure shit wasn't broken, to make sure everything was, you know, in continuity and all that stuff like that. Then they was like, yo, have you ever, there's like, you know how to work Avid? I was like, no. Avid is like what the professionals use to edit television and stuff like that. Final Cut Pro, I'm pretty sure, has knocked Avid out by now. Final Cut Pro was very, 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 very new back in 2002. Oh, I'm dating myself. I'm aging. Okay. Back in 2002 when I was working at UPN. But it was around. But Avid had the market sold up, right? So they was like, all right, we're finna teach you Avid today. And then I did that, and then learned audio editing. All these shit, the tricks and shit I'm doing, I've been doing this shit since 2002, okay? It was me and another nigga who loved Tupac. It was a big dude who graduated from my college a decade before I went there. So that was also cool, because he's like, oh, you go to U of I? I went to U of I. Nigga, you went to U of I? And it was hilarious, because there wasn't no other black people. And we both went to U of I. It was like, there was no other black people in our department. He was the only person, and he was a producer too. But everybody was like, you know, there was different ethnicities. My chairperson, the person who was over my internship, she was Filipina. She was awesome. Agnes, shout out to Agnes. And then there was Jorge, there was Dave, there was like all these people, and it was fucking dope. Okay, so I'm reliving this shit, right? And Bernadette is taking me back, right? And then I come up with what I came up and the shit that I put on Instagram. If you haven't heard it, let me put it out. Okay, so this was the first version. This was the unmixed version. I'm gonna just let y'all vibe on this for a second. So, I'll put it closer here. Girl, I ain't just living 2002. I'm reliving everything. I'm living everything. And the book moved forward. love it, Virgo. I love you. I really think it's love. Okay, so I'm feeling Missy. Missy Like was already the theme song for Student Happiness, but I felt it was appropriate because I'm promoting what day is coming back for the people, because, you know, people been asking, yada, yada, yada. And also I want to make sure I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Okay, real quick. I want to point out some things with the audio. For my audio people that know, if you know, you know. The audio is peaking. You know, like, so for people who don't know what that means if you look at an audio monitor, it's flirting with the red way too much. Because, like, audio goes like this, and you want it to touch the red a little bit, but you don't want it to live there. And so if you listen again, because I didn't even mix it. I just put it together and was like, here, internet. And so if you watched yesterday, you watched my entire process of how I extracted the full fucking bass solo. I found a clip where I could highlight, you know, where I could hear the bass line clearly. It was an isolated, I typed in isolated, ISOs. It was an isolated clip, okay? And I did it from top to bottom, so y'all can hear the whole thing. I heard it, felt the spirit. When the spirit told me to move, I was like, ooh, this is the part I need. This is the sweet spot. I edited it right there, did it all in front of y'all, went back, put that on there, and I was like, here, internet, this is what I did. Okay, now, this is going to be the theme song for We're All Toxic podcast. So every Friday when there's a new episode, you're going to hear that, and it's going to be awesome. And before I say my next thing, I'm going to shut the fuck up real quick. I'm going to play it one more time so y'all can hear the difference, because I'm so excited and I'm so proud of myself for the mix. The mix it sounds so I did this shit with a fucking iPhone, and this shit sounds so fucking professional. It's one of the best mixes I ever. Bitch, I surprised myself. I was like, ooh, and I got a fader on the motherfucker. It sounds amazing. So real quick, just so y'all can hear the difference, so y'all know that I'm serious. Listen, I be doing my shit. Ain't no park rangers, bitch. The fuck you think this is Yogi Bear? Bitch, I'm in California. What's wrong with you? I'm not even in Northern California. That's some like Redwood Forest, Yellowstone Park, some type of shit. Bitch, picture the regular park district. Pretend you've been to a city before. God damn. Anyway, I'm gonna play it one more time so y'all can hear the audio difference. And then I'm gonna finish my Brandon story, and then I'm gonna lay on y'all what I'm about to do every Friday. Okay, so real quick. Real quick. Okay, I'm being kind of cute a little bit. I haven't seen this nigga in 20 years. Okay, so I you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's doing in life. I hope he's blessed. I hope he's healthy. But when I mixed it, this is important because I'm proud of myself. When I mixed it, I was doing something that, you know, like he taught me to make sure, like when you, because James Jamerson, who is the bassist that did this solo, he's a fucking genius. Like, I even listened to another bass solo that he did on YouTube, and I was just fucking floored. And he did the bass on Stevie Wonder, All I Do. I didn't know this whole motherfucker. No. I think he did. I think Jamerson did do All I Do, but I Was Made to Love Her. And oh my God, I Was Made to Love Her. That's my shit. This whole time, I didn't know that was the same motherfucker. Didn't know. Okay, anyway. James is a genius. And, because I gotta play it again so y'all can hear it, okay? What I noticed was when I didn't mix it, my voice is competing too much with the bass. And the reason why I picked that sample and the reason why I used that is because I want y'all to hear the bass. I want it to be bassed the fuck out. So, although, you know, I feel like I gave decent vocals, I'm not the best soloist. You feel me? That's number one. So I don't care. I'm not trying to be dope, like, you know what I mean, vocally dope. I just want it to be a groove. I just want it to sound good. I just want it to make you feel good. That's all the fuck I care about. You feel me? So I want the bass to be the star. And so I like what you wrap the vocals in the beat, and I did that shit I learned that from Brandon. I took one of his moves, okay? I did that shit, and I'm proud of myself. So let me show y'all the difference real quick. And then I'll finish my Brandon story. Okay, so this is the original with no mix. What up, Nicole? Also, if you notice, the yeah is way too loud. The yeah was way too loud. Okay, check this out. Here's the mix. Listen to the difference. She said it's dope, I get it. Girl, I'm proud of me. Like, you can hear the fader if you listen. Blended? Glitter bomb, baby. You feel me? You hear that? Nigga, I'm Is this love? I really think it's love. I want to run out this goddamn tent and scream. Did you feel that though? One more time. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Oh! It crept in. Is this love? I really think it's love. You peep how you heard more of the bass guitar too? That's what I wanted. I really wanted more of that, so it's blended. And so I re-uploaded it to YouTube. I'm gonna leave both of them up there because all YouTube views are good YouTube views. But I re-uploaded it as the Bernadette remake. It's labeled as the Bernadette remake, and this my version is called My Favorite Love Song. So it's My Favorite Love Song by Rana the Virgo featuring James Jamerson. Rest in peace. Let me tell you about what Brandon did. So Brandon made me a beat, and he was like, I want you to write a poem to this. Like, I want you to like spit something over it, and I won't like I think he was doing it for something. He was submitting it for something. But we created it in the studio. Like, I wrote it and did it on the beat while he played it. We created it in real time. And I ended up taking that shit to Peppers, and that shit ripped. And I performed it at other places, and like, it ripped. And like, as I've been writing this book, because I have over like 50 something poems, 60 poems that's copywritten with the Library of Congress. I did it back in 2002. And my poetry life, child, I hung up my poetry pen when I became a comedian. I was doing both at the same time. When I came out of college, especially because I spent college down at Champaign, 2 hours south of Chicago, when I got transferred with my job to go back to the city, you know, now I'm out of college. I'm grown. I'm living a grown life. I want to go hang out at the chill spots, the party spots and shit. So going back out and getting on the Chicago poetry circuit was a part of my, social life, right? And it kept me busy and, kept me doing getting into shit or whatever. But the reason why I stopped doing poetry is because I felt like I was becoming too deep and too serious. And I'm like, I'm woke, but I don't need to be this woke. I don't know. I hit this level. I was like, I don't need to be this woke. This is too woke. I need to lighten it up in this motherfucker. And before you know it, I was being sillier on stage and stuff like that. And around the time My coworkers were like, you need to do comedy. I'm like, ha, you're fired. Shut up. That's not funny. And, but I always like admired comedians and wanted to do it. Fast forward, put my 2 weeks in, quit my job. Well, no, I put my 2 weeks in on, April Fool's Day because I went to Riddles the night before, met D. Ray Davis. It was D. Ray Davis, Leon Rogers, Horace H.B. Sanders from Detroit, Marlon Mitchell, and Marlon was the one that set it up because Marlon was like the friend of my former best friend's mom. Her mom was a hairdresser, and she knew Marlon's people, and she set that up, and I talked to Marlon, and Marlon was like, meet me at Riddles. And I met him at Riddles. Marlon, shout out to Marlon Mitchell, funny motherfucker from Chicago, a motherfucker that a lot of people take his shit. They take his swag. Now I'm talking about, baby. Like everybody in Chicago. Come on, baby. With the get down. Yep. Niggas ain't even getting down. It's the get down. Get that with the get down, nigga. The get down, nigga. That's Marlon. That nigga's he's a genius. He's funny. Chicago legend. Fuck that. He's a Chicago legend. Baby, you know what I'm talking about? With the get down. That's how that nigga talk. Anyway, so I met them, they schooled me, and I was like, fuck it, I'm a comedian. And so when I first started doing comedy, I went back to the same old poetry spots where I was slinging poems because they're a crowd that listens. Nigga, I worked on these jokes. I need to know if they funny. So I know, since I have this rapport with y'all because I was doing poems here, y'all fucked with me with the poems. I ain't tell them I switched up. See, that was the thing. I ain't let them know that. I ain't tell them I was a comedian now. I know you know me from these poems. I just got some shit I want to say. Y'all gonna give me the mic? I'm gonna do my thing. I said this before. Shit, COVID has changed things, but I'm gonna still give advice to the new comics. Do poetry spots. Do comedy rooms, yes. But do poetry spots or places where performance art is done, because those crowds listen. The best thing you can do is be in front of an audience that's ready to hear you. Okay? Because the thing about comedy, that's the one part that make our job so good and make it so fun. When it's funny, it's funny. You don't have to convince people to laugh. They just gonna laugh. Now, your job is to figure out, like sometimes we have jokes and like we think the idea is funny, right? So we'll do it and they start laughing at the part that we weren't intended for them to laugh at. And so it takes some time sometimes when you're working things out and you're crafting bits to be like, why they laugh at that? Or you remember, they laughed at that part, so let me juice it up and spice it up more. All that little shit. Do spoken word spots. Do performance art spots when you're doing your jokes. Because it gets you in front of people that listen, and it makes you a better writer because you're writing for the ear. You're writing for performance. Okay. Anyway, I gave y'all all that. Now, I'm in love, y'all. I'm so in love. Like, I can't stop listening to it. I love it. And now I'm in a thing. And now I'm in this mode. And I was like, man, it's only right that I do a B-side. Plus, while I was on the bus coming back over here, I took the time to watch the live I did last night, how I brought y'all through the process from beginning to end. And I was like, nigga, that's a show. So, starting this Friday, next Friday, November the 6th, right after I post the podcast episode of We're All Toxic Podcast, you can stay up with your girl, the late show, okay? The late, because, sometimes I be getting We Are Toxic Podcast out late. Because, I don't live in a house. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in a tent. You know what I'm saying? I got shit got to be plugged in. Shit happens. It's whatever, okay? A bitch is working it out, figuring it out, okay? Now, as I'm working it out, figuring it out, I get the episodes out as soon as I can. It's been my goal to get it out to y'all by 7 p.m. or whatever. And in the last few weeks, very proud of myself. Me and Jesus, you always come through. You better get on down. Now, I've been getting it out pretty consistently between 5 and 7 or whatever. So I'm going to just say that time, right? Because I'll be like, it's coming out tonight. Whenever I put out We're All Toxic Podcast. This is why I'm making this video, because this is going to go on my page too for future reference. Because I worked at UPN. You got to get people in the habit of what's happening so they know what to expect. Okay? So, whenever I post this goddamn episode of We're All Toxic Podcast on Friday, every Friday you can expect the after party. You can expect the after set. You can expect the B-sides. Yes, brought to you by your homegirl, the happiness cheerleader herself, Arana the Virgo. Jams and jokes, motherfucker. We doing jams and jokes. Because, yes, it's going down. Because, as I was listening to this and playing it back, I'm like, damn, I want to go to a house party. Fuck, I just want to go somewhere I can throw my motherfucking finger in the air and just, hey. And I can't. And I was just like, shit, I'm finna make the house party. Fuck it. Making a house party. That's what's gonna happen. Plus, I'm ready to get back on stage. And so, I wanna be goofy. I wanna, like, throw shit out, try shit out, say shit. So, I was like, yo. Once again, give it up for that goddamn intro. That's the way you start off a motherfucking podcast. That's gonna be the way to start off a podcast every time. And then with the fire and the energy and the fervor of dropping that episode, you got to follow it up with the B-side, the late night show, the after set, the late set, Jams and Jokes with Arana the Virgo. Arana the Virgo presents Jams and Jokes. Arana the Virgo presents Jams and Jokes every Friday. Following We're All Toxic Podcast. It's the late set. What's gonna happen? We gonna be on live together like we are now. And I'm gonna play some jams that mean something to me. And I'm going to tell you the story behind the jam, of why I like the jam, why I picked the jam, just like I did with this one. And I'm real stories, real shit. I'm gonna make some jokes. I'm gonna have some fun, and it's gonna be what it is. And then I'm gonna remake it. What? I'm gonna turn it into an original. I'm gonna take the piece of the song that I like the most, that sets me free, that speaks to my soul, and I'm gonna remix it. I'm gonna remake it and transform it into something original and beautiful. And that is gonna be a podcast episode. Here's the catch. You gotta join me on live to see it go down from start to finish. I'm going to save the live, but I'm not reposting in the Instagram. I'm gonna post them on my YouTube. And then you got to listen to the podcast. The podcast is going to have, and here's the other part. I'm taking the highlight reel of the recording of, the shit that happened on live. I'm going to take the highlight reel and the finished product of what I remade. And that's the podcast episode. Jams and Jokes. Jams and Jokes. Arana the Virgo presents Jams and Jokes, the happiness cheerleader herself. Here's another thing, because I'm about to put together a masterclass and put it on Udemy or Teachable, one of them fucking sites, about the healing powers of soul music. When I tell you guys, today, was a lot going on. I'm not finna fuck with you. It was a lot going on. And there was one point in my day today where I had to really sit down, turn everything off, say fuck the internet, and really remind myself to breathe. Yeah. I was like, okay, just breathe. It's gonna be okay. We're cool. We're fine. Breathe. Slow down. All this shit gonna be here. Slow down. Breathe. I had to do that today. And you know what got me back to being all the way up here? It would have been dope if I just would have turned it right on, but now y'all got to wait. If I could have just hit it and it came back on. See, you missed your fucking cue. Ah! Okay, wait. I'm gonna redo it. I was there today. I had to remind myself to breathe. But you know what got me back up here, you guys? Do you know? This motherfucker. Love. Dude, I couldn't stop listening to it. Oh my God. I'm addicted to it. I'm like, this is... Ooh. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Damn. Is this love? I really think it's love. That got me in a better mood. And I was like, well, music always gets me in a better mood, especially when it's dope, but specifically soul music. And see, what happened was, also while I was on the bus and like checking out some of the other bass performances that really speak to me, that I really love. You know, here's a lot of it's gonna be bass. Because that's what I love the most. That's what gets me in my soul. But the healing powers of soul music, and it really has healing powers. Music in general has healing powers because it's frequencies. Anything that like resonates at a frequency above what, like 700 megahertz or something like that, 600 megahertz, like the frequency, you feel it. It matters. And so I'm the happiness cheerleader. Okay. I want us to be happy in these motherfucking streets. I want us to be healed. I want us to be whole. And so my job, my goal is to bring a little daily joy, is to bring healing shit that makes us happy, shit that makes us feel good. We got enough stuff going on, a lot of bullshit. So we got to be happy in this bitch. We got to feel good, and we got to feel good in our souls. So we got to play soul music. My favorite, like, bass lines. It's going all this shit is going to start from my favorite bass lines. Vladimir, I love you too. Thank you for watching. It's going to all start from my favorite bass lines, just like how it is. I'm going from the back because I'm a bass head. I love, well, music, you get it. Stop. Oh God, I'm going to invest in some drums. It's going to happen. I'm getting the itch again. Listen, my wrists are not what they used to be. Honey, I used to twirl and, you know, my roll was precise. Like my precision was on point. My wrists aren't what they used to be, but I can still get like the drum pad with the stick so I can make, you know, cause like even with this, right? I was listening and I had a snare cadence and I'm like, oh, but I don't have no snares. So what the fuck? Cause I was like, like I was like a paradiddle and a pop would have been cold in here. And I was like, but I don't have no sticks. What the fuck? You feel me? So I'm like, I can at least invest in some sticks and like a pad to like throw some shit. But yeah, jams and jokes. Tell a friend. Friday nights, the late night session. Yep. Cause look, here's another thing. Nigga, this is my intro music. And I'm like, this should be my intro music everywhere. It's the intro music for the podcast for sure. This is the intro music for We're All Toxic Podcast. But bitch, this need to be my intro music to the grocery store. I need to walk in everywhere. The doctor's office, I want to walk in and hear. Yeah! I want to hear this everywhere I go. Picture me walking to the grocery store to this shit. What? I just showed up, bitch. I'm in Ralph's. What? Ow! With the Capistrol for no reason. Why am I doing those shoulders? Like, what the fuck, bitch? I might as well have a mirror and shit. That's my intro music everywhere. I'm gonna show up to the bank, like, ow! Oh! Ow! 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 Gotta slide with it. Gotta slide with it. Gotta slide with it. Oh! Ow! Get the shoulder. Get them shoulders. Ow! Oh! What? What? When I get my cake up. When I get my coins on. I'ma walk in the beauty shop. Like bam. Soon as I get my weight up and get my bag, show up at the beauty shop. Cut it on, bitch. What? Bitch, fix this hell. Oh, bitch, fix this hell. Ow. What? Oh, ow, 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 ow. What? When I get my weight up, walk into the car dealership like, ow. I'm in a car dealership, bitch. Give me that shit. Whips. That's stupid. Whips. We putting the key in the door to the shit. Like, oh. This is my theme music everywhere, nigga. Everywhere. When I start going back on stage to do comedy, every time I take the stage, y'all gonna hear. Hey! Ow! Nigga, I'm in love. I love this. So, yeah. The B-sides. Jams and jokes every Friday with your girl, Lorana the Virgo. It's gonna kick off with a bass line that I'm in love with, the story behind it, all that, some jokes, some silliness, and I'm gonna make some remakes, and that's that piece. That's that episode. Alright, I'm gonna go, because nigga, I still gotta eat this sandwich, probably cold by now and shit. I gotta get to this book. But I love y'all, and I mean that. There's gonna be a paid aspect to Gems and Jokes. I'm just probably on the replay. You gotta catch it all live. The replay costs, but it'll be cheap. It'll be like $5. It'll be like $10. Yeah, something like that. Like, you know, like an entry fee, like the club. Ooh, my YouTube live comes back on the 21st of November, which is coming up. It's gonna start on, we can start it here on Instagram and then move it to YouTube for a YouTube live exclusive. We can move it to YouTube once my YouTube, like, cause my YouTube lives is down. I got hated on and shit. But we can move it to YouTube, and it could be the Friday night YouTube exclusive. Cause YouTube, you can tip. You can do the YouTube tips and stuff like that. And I had like the tip jar and shit. But cause I wanted to live on YouTube anyway, and then have a podcast. But I'm not saving it here on Instagram. That's the thing. I'm not doing that. Also, I'm gonna offer it as a digital product in my store as well. Like, if people want to, like, purchase the song or some shit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be remakes. So, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when you bought mixtapes and shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Clue ain't own none of that bullshit, but you still paid for it. I hope DJ Clue is well. Shout out to him. I don't know what he's doing in life. I don't know him personally, but where would my life be without? Hey, for all parties, 212-86. Like, this nigga was shouting his phone number out in the song. He was like, who the fuck is this nigga? No, DJ Clue. Drop that. Like, nigga, who this nigga play the Jay-Z song? Nigga, what the fuck? Like, it's just, DJ Clue was wild. Okay, anyway, that's all I got. I love y'all very much. I got Pepper Jack on here, so I got to get on down. Bye.